Welcome to Strong Vinyasa. Aim to practice with the breath, and remember it's always fine to modify and adjust, or just skip poses. Work up gradually to doing arm balances and handstands, and know that this is a tool to refine your daily home practice rather than learn poses for the first time. I highly encourage you to work regularly with a certified yoga instructor who gives tips, modifications, and corrections so you can learn under guidance before using this video as a daily home practice tool to maintain regular yoga asana practice. Stay with the breath, and the practice will always benefit you. Thank you so much for joining. We'll begin at the top of the mat. We'll begin standing and focus on the breath, allowing the breath to flow and deepening the breath. The primary focus in this practice will be full deep breathing, so make sure you can attend to that before going deeper in the poses. Taking joint rolls to begin, tuck your chin and do half moon circles, side to side. Continue standing tall as you tuck the chin, and then lift the head. Roll the shoulders back several times and do each direction. Roll the wrists in both directions. And then hands on hips. Circle out the hips. Deep breath. Do both directions. Very smooth. And then feet together, bending and rolling out the knees. Do both directions about 3 to 5 times each way. And then stand tall and lift the arms. Bring the hands to heart. And renew the length of the spine, standing very tall. Relax your arms. Come to the top of the mat, standing pose. Inhale, upward salute. And exhale, Uttanasana. Hands forward, walk to plank, and then lower to face down. Inhale, cobra, and engage the core, and exhale, downward dog, hips high. Deep breath. Lift the hips and lengthen the spine. Ground into the legs. Keep the feet and hands parallel. And then look forward and walk to the top of the mat. Lift the chest and then fold deeper. And then bending the legs, hinging, straight lift. Inhale, arms up and arms down. Inhale, arms up, more of a full sun salute, and then exhale, fold down. Hands forward, walk feet back, plank, and then hover chaturanga and lift to upward dog. Engage the core and hips come high. Deep breath here. If you needed to, you could stay with the earlier methods of sun salutations during the simpler transitions. Otherwise, we'll add layers of effort. Jumping forward, half lift, full fold, Uttanasana, And then hinging, straight back lift, and arms overhead. Arms relax. And taking another round, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Hands forward, this time jump back, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. And then option to do another push-up before coming down to down dog. You could always skip those extra push-ups. If they're not serving your body, then it's not a practice of yoga. But we will be doing more of those as an option throughout the practice. Remember to breathe very deep. The depth of the practice is measured by the depth of the breath. Jump forward when you're ready, half lift, and then full fold. Straight back lift. Make sure you have a really good hinge first. Rise up. Arms overhead. Arms relax. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale. Fold down and then jump back. Lift upward dog. Extra dip if you'd like. Use your core. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Light hop to the top or walk. Half lift. Full fold. Straight back lift. Hinge. And arms come up. Arms down. And we'll go ahead and start Sun Salute B, chair pose. Forward bend. Hands forward. Chaturanga pose. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Very light using the core, right foot forward. Back heel down, warrior one, arms overhead. Hands down, and move through Vinyasa flow, Chaturanga, up dog, downward dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. And hands down, move through the flow. Or you could always just go right to down dog. Otherwise, up dog, downward facing dog, lower the head, lift the hips. Deep breath. Take a little hop to the top, and then a full fold. Chair, Utkatasana, to standing, Samastitihi. And another round, chair. Fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Jump back, Chaturanga, upward dog. Downward dog, right foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1. Sit low, strengthen the legs, and then move through the flow. Chaturanga, upward dog. Downward dog, left side. Virabhadrasana 1, strong legs, squaring the hips for a stretch, and centering back heel, hands down, move through the flow. Keep using your core, especially moving from back bend to forward bend, up dog to down dog. Deep breath here. Very steady in the pose. And transitioning to the top of the mat, half lift, full fold, knees bend, chair pose, arms relax. Again, chair, another round of Surya B, fold, hands forward, hop back, up dog, extra push-up option, downward dog. Right foot forward. Warrior one to Vinyasa flow. Really push the feet back so you can open the ankles and the chest and shoulders more without riding the wrists. Take the left side, very fluid. Warrior one, hands down, low push-up, up dog, downward dog. Deep breath, sustain and ground. Top of the mat when ready, walk or jump, half lift, full fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana, standing pose, Samastitihi. Chair, sit very low, and put some weight into the heels. If the knees don't feel good, you don't have to sit very low. Or if you have back pain, you don't have to extend the arms very much. But if you can, you sit low and stand tall and lengthen through the arms as you lengthen the breath. Use the exhale to fold, and now take a hold of the big toes and flare the elbows and use the biceps a little bit without tensing up in the shoulders and upper back. Deep breath in the forward bend. You could always bend the knees if you feel overstretched. Otherwise, you're lengthening and breathing. Hands forward now. Walk back and move through the flow. Plank to low plank, up dog, option extra push-up, down dog. Remember, those extra push-ups are just an option. Stay with your breath. And right foot forward to the midline, and now come into Virabhadrasana B, Warrior Two. The arms are long, the hips are even and low, and you're working the tailbone down and the abdomen in. Stay strong in the back foot and back leg, and then glide back and move through the flow. Vinyasa, very smooth. Use your stomach strength to lift the hips high so the back is supported. Smoothly as you can. Left foot forward, Warrior Two. Again, be strong in both legs. Keep the core integrated and feel the spine lengthen dynamically, tailbone down as you lift through the crown. Arms are long, shoulders relatively low and relaxed while you keep that lift of the wrists. Exhale, release from the pose and move through Vinyasa. Or you could just go right to down dog, that's fine. Take right foot forward. Pass through Warrior Two, and now triangle pose, Triquanasana. Lengthen both sides of the body and lengthen the arms as you lengthen the legs. Keep wakefulness through the right foot. Push up, and then sit to Warrior Two, and then take reverse warrior. And then flow into side angle, keeping the right knee above the ankle, and then spin down and move through the flow. Hover, low push-up, lift, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward, pass through Warrior Two, and then take triangle. Keep weight through the big toe mound, but spin the left knee outward. Lengthen both sides of the rib cage and tone in the back leg and push into the back heel. The arms are extended, the neck is at the same angle of the spine, and you're breathing very deep. Push into the legs, come up, pass through Warrior Two with the knee above the ankle, take reverse warrior. as a flow, glide into side angle. Come down, and then chaturanga. Up dog, opening the chest, draw into the stomach muscles, downward facing. From downward dog, lift the right leg high, and then take knee to right elbow. Then lift the leg again, and now take knee to nose. Lift right leg, and then take knee to opposite elbow. Don't ride the wrist, come forward just enough. Lift the leg, and now set the foot to the floor. Other side. Left knee, left elbow, shoulders above or slightly behind wrists. Leg lifts, knee to nose, really tuck the chin. Left leg lifts, left knee, right elbow. And then lift, extended dog, and both feet on the ground. Put the knees on the floor now. And just take a little rest in child. Remember, you can always rest more if you need. The most important thing, the most powerful thing, is to stay with the breath. Deep inhale, smooth exhale. Let's come back to a plank position and then take side plank. Having the wrist and shoulder in line, lifting out of the shoulder joints, and then come back to center. Do a push-up if you want, or skip it. Other side, make sure you're lifting out of the left shoulder, push into the feet so you're lifting the hips using the leg strength, not just the arms. Come back to a plank. Try not to rush through it. Do a nice smooth push-up if you can, and then we'll all meet back in downward dog. Next, we're going to go ahead and jump into Malasana, a squat, and stand up and squat down. Keep weight into the heels as you stand and squat, building up the leg muscles and the posterior core, and enjoying the flexibility in the hips as well. You may want to dry off your hands if you're feeling a little sweaty. Come into crow prep with the toes on the ground. And if you're able to, you'll do crow pose. Otherwise, you can do crow prep with the toes on the ground. Otherwise, the feet lift and come together like hands in prayer. And you can do a jump back or just sit and step back. Vinyasa to down dog. When you're ready, we'll jump to the top of the mat, lift and then fold, and then straight back lift, rise up. Arms relax. And now take Warrior 3 with airplane arms. Use your core to step really lightly back. And now sit into Warrior 1, the front knee above the ankle. Take deep breaths, have the feet as wide as the hips, work on squaring. And then hands down. And come back to downward dog. Light hop to the top, take half lift, and then full fold. Straight back lift, rise up. Arms relaxed. And then feet together, balancing on the left foot. Warrior 3. Airplane arms, try and tip the body of the leg equally, lengthen, and then take a nice light step back into Warrior One. Knee above ankle, strong legs on both sides, dig into your back heel, breathing, always with the breath. Hands down, move through the flow, chaturanga, up dog, downward dog, adho mukha, and then holding right hand to left ankle. And other side. And when you've enjoyed both sides, take the knees down and a little rest in child. Remember, the rest is good for you. And we'll come back to hands and knees, down dog, and taking right knee to the elbow and then stepping back. If you need to, do that 5 times if you're ready. Otherwise, you'll take the scissors pose, the scissors balance, to Vinyasa, up dog, down dog. And again, left knee, left elbow. If you can't do the arm balance, just do 5 repetitions of that. Otherwise, step through, bend the arms like a shelf, and take the arm balance and extend, Ekapada Kundanyasana to Vinyasa flow, up dog, down dog. Maybe even an extra push-up if you've got the juice. Yeah, catch the breath here, slow down the pulse, and then knees down. Now we're going to turn to the side and jump the legs apart, passing through Prasarita. Hinge and stand up tall, arms overhead, and now clasp the hands. If your hands are sweaty, hold a towel. Prasarita C, enjoy the shoulder stretch. And if you need, you can have a micro bend in the legs, or you could hold the legs if this pose really isn't working for you, even with a strap or a towel. Otherwise, deep release. We've used the arms a lot, so it's nice to nurture them. Part of what makes the practice powerful is deep stretching and deep breathing. Knees bent. Let's roll up. And then go ahead and heel toe in just a little bit. And now we'll come into Devised. And stand and squat a couple times just to warm up the legs. And then bending the knees. Knees are above the ankles approximately. The arms can lift, or you can keep holding the knees or the glutes. Otherwise, you have wrists above elbows and elbows shoulder height. And then releasing from Devisasana and heel toe closer together. Lightly transition to the top of the mat. Inhale, upward salute. And exhale, long spine, fold over the legs. Hands forward, walk back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then transitioning onto the shins and knees. You can pass through Virasana if that's okay on the knees. And the option is to do a seated back bend, like a seated fish. Or if you're able to, we're going to do Camel Pose. Hold the heels and lift, and really work on lifting the chest and expanding in the chest while lengthening the lower back and not overstretching the lumbar. Shoulders open back. Take the head back only if it feels good. Squeezing the shoulder blades together will help support the neck. And then with the core, sit down very smooth. And then take a nice twist, twisting to the right, Turn the head if it feels good. If not, that's fine. Twist to the left to balance the sides. And then come back to center. Take a little hop back or walk, dog pose. Make yourself long and then come into plank pose. Lower and then lift into locust. And then lower and hold the ankles and set up for bow. If bow is too hard on the back, you could do locust instead. Otherwise, lifting into bow, Dhanurasana, lift the chest, lift the legs to stretch the arms, and hold firm with the arms to help lift the legs. Deep breath here, and then exhale, lower, and release the legs. Hands near the chest, engage, and lift, and push back into dog. And again, plank pose, lower, and then lower the hands. We're going to do a sustained upward dog. The thighs lift, the legs are lifting, and you're lifting the chest. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. You could do cobra instead, otherwise holding the up dog. Only take the head back if you're really lifting the chest and it feels good. And when you're complete, use the core and then push back into downward facing dog. And lightly walk or hop to a seated pose. Bring the legs through. Draw the sitting bones back. You can use your fingertips, take hand balance. Lift, and then stretch out the wrists. You may need to do that with the feet on the ground. And then we're going to set up with the legs bent for Ardha Matsyandrasana, seated twist. Twisting to the right, opening up in the chest. Keep lengthening the spine as you're twisting, lifting the lower back. And if you need to, you can always sit on a blanket for this if you have back pain or difficulties in the knees. The bottom leg could be straight as well if the knees don't bend really well. We'll switch sides. Take your time, tuck the foot in. Maybe adjust your calf a little bit. Really ground the foot of the lifted knee. Take a moment to really lift the chest. Twist deep, open in the shoulders, breathe. Turn the head, only if it feels good. You can even turn the eye gaze a little bit. Very deep breath. Exhale, unwind, and next we're going to do bunny hop. So at first just hop just a little bit, and then eventually hop more, and continue the bunny hops, and over time you may be able to get up into a handstand. But first, try that at the wall. And eventually, with lots of practice, you may be able to do this away from the wall. Do as many bunny hops as you care for, and anytime you need, take rest. And now we're going to hop into a squat and gently sit down. Widen the legs and gradually fold forward. You could prop up on your forearms Eventually you can hold the feet, and whereas a little bit of rounding in the spine is not the worst thing in the world, emphasize lengthening and don't round into a big heap. Keep reaching forward through the chest and enjoy the stretch. This is very calming and cooling. Perfect balance to all the heat and flow we've built. And then come up. Now we'll do the floating version. If you want to stay longer in sitting, that's okay. Otherwise you start with the floating squat. And then you lift and lengthen the legs more, lifting the chest. Upavishta Konasana. You're keeping the spine long, eyes steady, and the feet come down. And now we'll bring the feet together and bring the feet pretty far out, and we'll enjoy diamond stretch. Stretching down, relaxing the neck and the shoulders, taking some time to breathe. After 5 breaths, come up and adjust, bending the legs in. From the top of the mat, roll down. Giving yourself a hug and knees to chest, and then opening the arms and taking the legs to the left as the body twists right. Taking several deep breaths here. Switching sides. Enjoying the calming quality that the twist offers the body and the mind. When you feel balanced on the sides, come back to knees to chest, and then the feet down, and we'll inhale, lifting into bridge pose, having the chest reach towards the chin, keeping the neck relatively long. It's chest going towards chin, not so much chin to chest. Feet and thighs parallel. Release down, and take the knees very subtly toward the chest so the low back still neutral. Take the feet to the ground, take the feet wide, bend the knees in, and then open the left knee and bring the right knee inside more. If you like, take the left ankle to the outer thigh to weight down the stretch. Switching the sides, keep the breath full and deep, and enjoy that nice deep internal rotation, releasing the thigh, the hip, and the low back. When you feel balanced with each side, go ahead and come back to the neutral pose, and then bring the feet closer together and take knees to chest. Feet to ground. Now butterfly pose. Feet together, knees open, and just relaxing. Taking this time to feel cool and calm deep inside and enjoy deeper stillness. Knees lift, bring the legs vertical, and then wrap into an eagle twist. Or you could do another basic twist like we did earlier. Body twist right, legs twist to the left, and the spine is long. neck is long and neutral. And switching sides, eagle twist or modification. Enjoy the release in the hips and the spine. Take another deep breath. And when you're ready, exhale, unwind, and take knees to chest. Cross the legs and take Supta Sukhasana, reclined cross-legged stretch. This is very nice for releasing the quadriceps as well as the hips. Enjoy this time of winding down, finding our stillness, finding our calm, feeling more free in the hips and spine. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Supta Sukhasana. And enjoying the stretch. Enjoying the balance of practicing the sides. Eventually come back to knees to chest. And then taking Shavasana. Relaxing the legs and the arms, lengthening through the limbs, lengthening through the spine, letting go of all effort of the breath, and taking this time to simply be. To be still, to be relaxed, and to be at peace. Enjoying the deeply nourishing benefits that the practice has to offer. As you offer the practice this time, to let all those benefits absorb on the deepest level. Gradually make way to knees to chest.